Hello, good day. My name is Amiel Spencer, and today I'll be showing you how to implement a virtual or VPN solution in Windows Server 2008. Now, what is a VPN? A VPN, or what is fully called a virtual private network, is basically a private network that exists on a public network, or as we all call it, the internet. It allows a computer to send and receive data across shared or public networks as if it was directly connected to a private network. And the benefit of a VPN is increases security and management of that private network. I have my Windows Server 2008 open now. By default, this service isn't installed. So what we'll have to do is we have to go to Add Roles, click Next, and we are going to add this role now. Now, the one you'll be selecting is Network Policies and Access Services. Now, once you select the box, click Next. And this is just a basic summary of what this role does. Now, once it is you're going through reading the introduction to this, you can simply just select Next. Now, what I want to select from here is Network Policy Server, which allows you to create and enforce organization-wide network access policies for clientele, is routing and remote access services, which provides remote users access to resources on your private network over a virtual private network. Once you've selected these two, and by default, once you select routing and remote access services, the other two underneath it will be selected also. So once you've selected those two, just click Next. And this is just a summary of your installation. Once you're going through it, just click Install. And it should take just a few minutes to install. So our installation has been completed. So once that's done, let's click Close. Now we need to configure our settings. So what I'd like you to do now is to go to Start, Administrative Tools, and you're going to Routing and Remote Access. And as you can see, it is currently down. It is down because it is not configured as yet. So we are now going to go through the process of configuring the routing and remote access tool. Now to configure our server, first we need to right click on our server and you're going to select configure and enable routing and remote access. Once you selected that, a wizard should appear. What this will do is click next now. And these are the basic options for configuring the remote access tool. There are two ways to do this. By default, you need to have at least two network adapters to configure VPN. But as of right now, I only have one. So once you have two network adapters, you select remote access dialog or VPN, and you click next. Since this up here, you just select VPN. And once you select VPN, you click next. Now I will get an error right now because it recognizes that I do only have one network interface attached to my computer. But I can, so I'll click OK and I'm going back. And I'm going to select custom configuration. Once you have selected custom configuration, click next. And we're going to select VPN control. Once you select that, click next. And this is just a summary of your setting. Once you're finished here, just click finish. And it'll give you this warning message just simply saying routing and remote access are created in the full connection request policy called Microsoft Routing and Remote Access Service Policy. Just click OK. Select Start Service right away. So now that we have finished configuring remote router and remote access, we have to change the settings in our ports. So what I'd like you to do is select ports, right click, and you're selecting properties. We're going to be lowering this number for these two ports, the L2TP port and the SSTP port. So you're selecting L2TP, select configure, change the maximum number of ports that can be supported. So from 128, you're going to change that to 25. Click OK. You'll get a warning that's telling you that you're changing number of ports. For this tutorial, let's simply click yes. And for SSTP, configure, and 25 yet again. Same warning, let's click yes, and OK. As you see, all the ports has been reactivated. Now that we have finished that, now we're going to create some new custom policies. So I like to go to Start, Administrative Tools, and you're going to Network Policy Server. And you're going to select policies. Once you have selected policies, you're going under the tab Network Policies and select Configure Network Policies. And as you can see here, these are our default policies that are created. But what you're going to do, we're going to create a new one. So I want you to right click in the area, or actually right click on Network Policy and select New. And this window will come up, allowing you to create a new policy. So now we have to enter a name. So I'm going to name my own VPN secure policy. And for type of network access server, we're going to select VPN yet again. So once you've selected remote access server, VPN/dialog, click next. And now we're going to add a new condition. So from here, let's select add, and this window will appear. From here, I would like you to look for channel type. So in the list of conditions, I'd like you to look for channel type. Once you have that selected, click add. And from this nil box, we're going to select layer 2 channel protocol and point-to-point channel protocol. These are the two protocols you're going to activate in this condition. Once you've selected those two, click OK and select next. This is a specifying access permission. We're going to allow access. So we're going to leave it at default. Click next. These are the authorization methods. What you're going to do, we're going to unselect user can change password after it has expired and Microsoft encrypt authorization. Once you're finished here, let's select next. And what you're going to do now is edit the day and time restriction. So I'd like you to select day and time restrictions, select the box arrow, allow access only on these days at these times, and click edit. Now what this does is allows you to edit the times and days that the clients will have access to the VPN. So you can either set it up in such a way where they can only have access during the week, or probably even they can only have access during the day or night. So how you do this, let's say I don't want them to have access on Sundays, so I will select Sunday and select the night here. Now blue stands for permit and white stands for deny. And let us also say that we don't want them to have access during the night from midnight till, let me say, 6. So you can select the area and go up to 6 and select deny. So clients will only have access to the VPN from Monday to Saturday from 6 a.m. to 12 midnight. So once you finish, you can set this up any way you want, but once you finish setting it up, just click OK and select next. Now the only area that we have to configure here is the encryption. So I'd like you to select encryption, and what we're basically going to do here, we're going to leave only the strongest encryption PPE 128-bit selected. So you're going to unselect basic and strong encryption and no encryption. So let's leave strongest encryption selected. Once you're done there, just click next. This is just a summary of all your settings. Once you're going through that, just select finish. And as you can see here, we have created our new VPN secure policy. It is enabled and access is granted. And we are done with creating and configuring our VPN. So all we simply have to do now is to go to our client PC and connect that client PC to our VPN. So as you can see here, I'll be using Windows Vista to connect to our VPN. All you just simply have to do to connect your client PC to the VPN is simply go to Start and Connect to. We're going to create a new connection. This window will open. We're going to select Setup a connection on network. I'm going to give us the option. Since we just created a VPN, we're going to select Connect to Workplace or VPN connection. So select Next. And we're going to go with the first option, use my internet connection. But we will be setting up our internet connection later, not at this moment in time. So I'll actually I'll set up my internet connection later. Now this window will appear. What you're going to type in now for internet address is the IP address of your server. So in my case it will be 192.168.56.102. If you're unsure about your IP address, you can go back to your server just to verify. And the destination name, you could actually name it whatever you want. So I could simply name it as server 1 VPN. Leave all these boxes unchecked. You don't need to change it. Once you finish it, just select next. And we're going to enter in a user account. So I'm currently logging as administrator, so I'm going to add in the administrator account. And select remember password. So when it is you're connecting, you won't have to enter any password every single time. So you can just select create. As you see, it has created our connection, but it hasn't yet connected. It was connected to the VPN. Once you finish, click close. We're going to our network settings. So you're going to right click and go into networking and sharing center. We're going to manage network connection. And as you can see here, our VPN has been created and is here right now. So what we're going to do is you're going to connect, right click and connect. I'm going to type in our password. And you can leave selected, save this username and password for the following user, and leave it as me only. Yes. And click connect. And as you can see, we are connected to our VPN. So now that we have connected to our VPN, as I would like you to take note, the port that we are connected to, the one with the port PPTP. We're going to go back to the server now and see if that port is active. So we are back in our server right now, and what we want to do is we want to look for that port to see if it's active, just to prove that all is working well. So you can either scroll through to find the active port, or you can just simply click on status and it will bring up the active port. And as you can see, this is actually our port here right now. Same one, mini port, PPTP, VPN2 127. Thank you for joining me today, and this was a tutorial showing you how to implement a VPN or virtual private network in Windows Server 2008 and connecting a client to that VPN.